Very good morning, students. This is our revision video for class 9th in section Civics, and the chapter title is Working of Institutions. Students, as far as the revision is concerned, we are going to discuss some more important additional questions and their answer, which will be very helpful for your main examination. So, among them, the first basic question for the chapter working of institution is that what do you mean by elections. So it is a basic definition which is related to the topic, that what do you understand by the term elections. So your answer is that in a democracy, administration is run by representatives who are elected by the people. The process is which people elect their representatives is called election. So it is a process. What is elections? That it is a process by which the people elect their representatives. This process is basically known as elections. Now, what do you mean by voters? Who called voter? You know, we, the people of a democratic nation who participate in the making of the government or the in the election of representatives, we who gives vote are known as voters. Now, the another important question as far as the revision is concerned, that what do you mean by election? So, by election is an election which is held to fill up any vacancy in the legislature. What is by election? It is an election which is held to fill up any vacancy in the legislature if any seat is in the parliament is a state legislature falls vacant due to the resignation, death, or unseating removal of any member, the election held to fill in that particular vacancy, and that vacancy only can be filled with the help of by election. Such an election is held to fill up one or more vacancies and not for the whole house. The by election is stipulated to be held before the expiry of 6 months from the date the seat falls vacant. The representatives elected in such an election are elected for the remaining period of the house. So, this process where there is a vacant vacancy in the parliament just because of so many reasons, which included any resignation, any uncertain death. So, the term by election is used to fill that particular vacancy. Now, the another important additional question which is related to the topic, what is midterm election? Now, in the Lok Sabha or any state legislative assembly is dissolved before the expiry of its normal term, the election held to constitute a new house is known as midterm election. Midterm election for the Lok Sabha were held in 1971, 1980, 1984, 1991, 1998 and 1999. Midterm election is held for a full term and not for the remaining period of the house. What is midterm election? It is an election which is held for remaining the whole period, not the half period. And in the Lok Sabha or any state legislative assembly, if dissolved before its expiry date, so the election held to constitute a new house, and this is only possible with the help of midterm election. Now, what is the importance of elections in democracy? A very basic question, that why do we need elections for the existence of democracy? So your answer is, in modern states with the large areas of and population, direct democracy is not possible. So most of the modern democracy states have indirect democracy. Under this system, the government is run by the representatives who are elected by the people. For electing the representatives, elections are necessary. So elections are fought generally on party basis. Though some candidates fight election as independent candidate, the party which gets a majority in the legislature forms of the government. If the government during its tenure does not work for the welfare of the people. It can be changed at the time of next elections. In this way, people maintain their control over the government because their representatives know that they can be voted out of power in the next elections if they do not respect the wishes of the people and work for their welfare. Therefore, elections are considered essential for any representative democracy in our times. Now, next important question is, what do you understand by democratic elections? First, that what is the importance of election, and now that what do you understand by the democratic elections? Now, elections are held in all democratic countries. However, in some countries elections are held which can't be called really democratic elections. In some communist countries only one candidate is sponsored by the Communist Party, and citizens are asked to vote in favor or against that candidate. No other candidate is allowed to contest election against him. So, people have no choice for other candidate. Such election can't be called democratic. No other political party is allowed to function in the country. So, this is not a democratic election. The main feature of a democratic elections are as under. First, every adult citizen should have a right to vote. Everyone should have one vote, and each vote should have equal value. There must be some competition between candidates and political parties. Voters should have some choices. Parties and candidates should be free to contest elections. Elections must be held at regular intervals after every few years. Elections must be free and fair. People should be able to elect representatives of their choice. What is election manifesto? Now, the another important term is, what is election manifesto? The pamphlet or the booklet issued by a political party that tells people about its programs and policies is known as the election manifesto of that political party. It is issued by the political party who are fighting elections. As election manifesto has following uses, the election manifestos issued by the various political parties at time of election enable the voter to know about the policies and the program of the party who are fighting the election. After studying those manifestos, the voter can vote for the party candidate or of their choice. The manifesto of a ruling party tells us the people about its achievements during the last. Similarly, the manifesto of the opposition party point out the failure of the government and mobilize public opinion against them. So this is all about the election manifesto. Election manifesto is basically the advertisement about their policy to attract the voters so that they can make their positive image and positive opinion towards particular party. Now, next question. Give any three arguments in favor of universal adult franchise. Here, you need to understand the language of the question, that you have to write the merits, the advantage of universal adult franchise. So, first advantage of universal adult franchise. Three arguments in the favor of universal adult franchise are as under. First, based on political equality. The system is truly democratic as it gives political equality to all citizens irrespective of their caste, creed, sex, religion, or property. Second, it promotes national unity. Adult franchise spreads the message that all the citizens are equal and no one is privileged. This promotes national unity. Political awakening. The system rouses political awakening among all the citizens. They all are in position to safeguard their rights and freedoms. This develops a sense of responsibility among them. Next question. Write down three arguments against of universal adult franchise. So in first question you have written about the benefit or the merits or advantage of universal adult franchise, while at the same time you have to write the demerits or the drawbacks of the universal adult franchise. The first is, illiterate persons are not able to exercise their right to vote properly. So this right should be given only to the educated citizen. Second drawback of universal adult franchise is, poor people are liable to sell their votes. So this right shouldn't be given to them. Another challenge, The system is very expensive. Large scale arrangements have to be made for the election. So these three are the drawback or demerits of the universal adult franchise. While there are some benefits or the merits also we find in universal adult franchise system. Now next question, describe the silent feature of election system in India. That what are the silent features of election system in India? In India, we have indirect democracy. The government is run by the representatives who are elected by the people. So, this is known as an indirect democracy. Now, people to elect their representative, elections are held from time to time. The main feature of election system in India are as under. What are the main features of election in India? First, that we follow the pattern of universal adult franchise. Second, the silent feature of Indian democracy is single member constituencies. Third, secret ballot. And the fourth, joint electorate. And the fifth, reservation of seats for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Next, election petition. And the seventh is election commission. So these are the silent features of election in India. We will go through it in detail. That first silent feature is universal adult franchise. In India, elections are held on the basis of universal adult franchise. Every citizen who are completed 18 years of age has been given the right to vote irrespective of his caste, creed, religion and gender. Second, single member constituency. It means that the country or state is divided into as many constituencies as number of seats. One representative is elected from each constituency. The third silent feature is secret ballot. In India, elections are held by secret ballot. Nobody except the voter himself knows in favor of which candidate he/she has voted. Yes, this is the you can say beauty that we follow in our India, that only we who are giving our vote, we know only that whom we have given our vote. It is a secret, it remains secret, and it is gives the you can say more authenticity to the democracy. Now the another silent feature is joint electorate. Before independence, the Britishers had introduced separate communal elections in India. This proved very harmful for the unity of the country and was one of the main factors for the partition of the country, India and Pakistan in 1947. Under our new constitution, joint electorate has been introduced. It means that in a constituency, all the voters, irrespective of their caste, creed, and religion, elect only one representative. There are no Hindu, Muslim, or Sikh representative or constituencies. And another silent feature is reservation of seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. In all the elected bodies, panchayat, municipal communities, legislative assembly, or and even in parliament, certain seats are reserved by the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe. Under present condition, this will be in force till 25th January 2010. Currently in the Lok Sabha, 79 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 41 for the scheduled tribes. In the Panchayat and Nagarpalika elections, one-third seats are reserved for women candidate. In state legislature also, seats are reserved for the members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Inspired by the success of this system, women's movement has been demanding reservation for women in the state legislative assembly and parliament. Now, another silent feature of Indian democracy is election petition. If any voter or a candidate feels that the election in his constituency has not been conducted fairly, he can file an election petition in the court against the election. If the court finds that the charges leveled against that election are true, it can set aside that election. So election can once again the election will be conducted. Now the another and the last silent feature of Indian democracy or election process is election commission. For the smooth and fair impartial conduct of election, the constitution provides for an election commission. It consists of chief election commissioner and some other members At present, it has one chief election commissioner, B.B. Tandon, and two other members. So these are the silent feature of election system in India, which is mandatory to follow by the all people who are engaged in the responsibility for the fair election conduction in the country. Now there are some important multiple choice question, that which of the following is not a feature of election system in India. Your options are universal added franchise, secret voting, reservation of seats in legislature for the members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and communal electorate. So your answer is communal electorate is not a feature of election system in India. Next, election in India for parliament and state legislature are conducted by president, prime minister, governor, or election commission of India. So your D option, the election commission of India is responsible for parliament and state legislature, and it conducted by the election commission of India. Now third is members of election commission are appointed by president of India, prime minister of India, or elected by the people or chief justice of India. So your answer will be president of India. Now by election is the election which is held directly, indirectly, to fill up a vacancy in the legislature, or when a legislature is dissolved before the expiry of its normal term. So C option will be correct, that by election is applied to fill up a vacancy in the legislature. In democracy, elections are important because the formation of government becomes easy, they help in the formation of opposition party, or they are a check on the working of the government, or all of the above. So all of the above will be the correct option for this question. So students, you have to read the chapter thoroughly for the revision purpose for your final examination, because any type of question can be asked from the middle of the chapter, and there is a great need to go through with the additional question also, so that, and you have to do practice for more questions. You shouldn't limit it to the NCERT questions. You have to try to read chapter thoroughly, and forming of you can say framing of question is also necessary to get good marks and to understand the topic. Till then, take care. Goodbye.